Hi there, it's Jen from modernmedicinelady.com and the Empathic Woman System, and the word of the day is perception. And I choose this because I had the privilege of working with somebody recently on a specific event. And we were working on taking the emotional charge out of it and really just letting some of the intensity of it go. And what came up was the realization that their perception of what happened was actually inaccurate. Their perception was being perceived or experienced through the filter of a very small child. And so as a result, they formed some conclusions. They basically decided things, and as a result, their story continued to unfold with a very specific conclusion. And in their case, being a very small child, their conclusion was that they must have done something to cause this difficulty and to cause the challenge to happen, and that if they had only been good, it wouldn't have happened. And so they perceived the experience as being a punishment, when the truth was it wasn't a punishment. It was just a situation. It was a situation where adults made a decision and they didn't explain it well to the kid, and the kid went through an ordeal that was very uncomfortable, but was certainly not meant to be a punishment. And so as they started to look at this and recognize that the perception and the conclusions that they had drawn as a result of this experience were not necessarily true, this allowed the possibility that the whole story has room to change, and that maybe some of the conclusions that got formed and then unfolded from there could actually shift. And what I've noticed is that the amazing thing is, even if we're out of the story, even if the past is done, even if we're talking about something that could happen, 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago, the amazing thing is that we still have the ability to change our perception about something. And by changing our perception, we change our whole emotional relationship to it. And by changing our emotional relationship to it, we have this incredible opportunity to kind of have a redo, and often to relate to our life and our experience and other things in a whole new way. So my question to you is, where in your story do you have, or in your experience in your life, might you have a story where it's possible that your perception could have been filtered through a very young child's conclusions, and where some of the beliefs, some of the ideas, like for example, that you did something to deserve something, or that you were being punished, that perhaps this wasn't the case. And if you had the ability to review the story through the filter, through the perception of your adult self, and looking at the complexity of all of it, looking at what was going on with all of the different people involved, and just recognizing the ways that all the parties and all the pieces fit together, how would that change the way that you related to your story? And how would it change the way you move forward in your life now?